Okay folks, this looks familiar, but I'm not sure exactly where it comes from, what part. I know it comes from an automotive application of a car, but I don't know what part. It looks familiar. Found it on the street. Let's see how we go with it. We're going to do colour into black and white for this to give it more definition, to make it more interesting. So we're taking out all the colours and just putting the black. So it's going to work effectively as a black and white machine, but different. Okay, let's see what we have here. It's a piece of some kind of, probably off a headlight, perhaps. It looks like it could be off a headlight, a reflector or something. And that's an interesting piece of textured plastic from an automotive application. Chrome plated plastic as usual, which they like to do in automotive, which is really, I hate that stuff. I prefer real chrome. But the money fuckers in the automotive industry beg to differ. It's cheaper to produce, and that's pretty much it. Cheap and nasty. See how I go with it. Looks interesting. It looks really quite dark. The image, you can see the some of the pattern emerging quite nicely, but it still looks pretty dark. Maybe we'll take it off. Map mode tends to make things dark. I'm going to leave it on map. I'm going to just lighten it up further. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. You can see more of the pattern in it now. I was actually thinking negative positive would be better. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to utilise this as our master copy and just keep enlarging it. So yeah, you just find these sorts of things on the road, like especially at intersections where accidents are really a common everyday event. So you get to see a lot of accidents, and these accidents you get lots of raw materials for your work. Well, that's what I do. Yeah, looks interesting. Looks a bit boring actually. It looks really quite repetitive. There's a little bit of something there I can see, maybe. But maybe if I enlarge it bigger, I could get something really nice out of it. Gonna leave it on map again. That's our last one. This is our later one. Let's see how that looks. That looks really quite interesting, even though it's a bit boring. Maybe we'll make it into a movement piece, I do think. I think this is batshit boring, to be honest, folks. I had a feeling it might end up like that, so that's our last one on top. So we're going to just take this batshit and turn it into something a bit more interesting. So we're going to switch off the, put the colours back, the full lot of the colours, the yellow, the magenta, the cyan, and the black is still there. And we're going to move it, we're going to make it into a colour piece. So we're going to make this black and white into colour. Yeah, that's come up looking a bit better now, a lot more interesting, a lot more colourful. Well, it was always just black and white. But we're going to make this into something better than that. So we're going to do what's called marbling. So we're just going to marble this. So we're just going to take this image. Anyway, that's come up looking quite nice actually. Dark and moody, but very nice. The colour in that looks really quite interesting. So I'm just going to put that one aside and we're going to utilise this. Yeah, it's getting dark. It looks a bit too dark actually, even though I do like that little bit there. That looks really quite like it's got promise. I do like that little knotted bit, and we're just going to take a section out and enlarge it. So I think we can do that. Might have to lighten it a bit. It looks a bit too dark. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is it looks really, really dark. So we're just going to overlap this edge. Maybe I can take it up a bit. So we're going to utilise this corner. So we're just going to use this corner. Shall we? Move it up a bit. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting actually. You can see that little knotted bit that I was talking about, folks. I do think we're not going to Don't know how this is going to look. I do wish. I'm trying to get in touch with my partner Luigi through the 6 o'clock news, and I'm trying to create some really nice demos doing so, folks. Okay, let's see if we can just get stuck in and just finish this off. I just remembered this is probably dark because I'm still on map mode. I do think I would have had a lighter result. That's why it went so dark. I see, I forgot about that. Because map mode does have a habit of darkening images heaps, and I don't like that stupid dumbass. This user interface can be a real headache. It's a real nuisance, a real fuck up. But enough of that. Enough about stupid dumbass Konica Minolta. Actually, I think, wondering if we're going to just leave it. I forgot to put 2 sets. The mirror image is switched on. Yeah, I do find the user interface can be a little bit distracting at times because sometimes it just flies across and it's a real pain, or you accidentally press buttons you don't want and just waste time trying to find which button you pressed. So it's a real pain in the ass, the company who built this machine, Konica Minolta. And incidentally, this machine likely is going to be off service agreement in the next couple of months. Due to the aging of the machine, it's 5 years is when the machines typically are out of service agreement because of the lack of spare parts or consumables. But this is kind of looking dark but quite nice. I think we can now call this demo quits.